Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our continuing Ask program. This is Michael Robbins, and I'm substituting for Tuya this week. I think she'll be back next week. We're just trying to coordinate between our two centers here, the Temple of Silence and the Little Bear Meditation Center, so it's convenient for me to do these meditations last week and this. We have coming up the equinox, which will occur early in the morning on the 23rd GMT, around 12:30 a.m. On the Sunday the 23rd, and then later that evening at 8 p.m. We will have the pre-full moon webinar, and the actual full moon for Libra is the 25th, early in the morning, and I'll let you know about the broadcasting of the Libra solar fire ritual. Probably will be on Saturday, is my guess. So welcome to you all. This is our subject, the reappearance of the Christ. And we're asked to do this meditation on a second ray day. It's Thursday, it's Jupiter Day, and to assume the attitude of aspiration, devotion, prayer, and fixed intention. And in that order, because we all need the heart approach as well as the mental approach in order to make this meditation the powerful instrument which it can be. And between Thursdays we lay our plans. You know, there are many ways to contribute to the preparation for the reappearance of the Christ. When this will occur, we don't know, but we have to think forward. It will occur when the Christ judges that the condition within humanity is correct, you know, as far as a measure of peace having been reached and a measure of sharing, occupying the relations between nations and people, and the cleaning house of the political and church organizations. We might think about why this is so important. Well, the Christ is the great teacher, and we're told of earth humanity no one has made the kind of progress that he has. Some are beginning to move now rapidly. Also, it's under the impulse of the love energy, and it's a very sacrificial energy and very swift in its own way through sacrifice. And he is the great example here of very pure form of love energy. Now that's so important on our planet and in our solar system, because after all, our planet has a second ray, love, wisdom, soul. And our solar logos not only has the second ray personality in this solar system, but the ongoing second ray soul as well. So the Christ is a great representative of the soul of our planet, and he's reaching that kind of level of initiation engaged in the seventh, where the influence of the solar logos is also coming in strength, at least compared to what we can access. So humanity needs the love wisdom energy as never before. It needs the soul of its own planet. And intelligence per se is highly developed, but has gotten out of hand and is not being run not being directed properly by the love wisdom energy, and in that way we can have no new age, and we can have no entry into the age of Aquarius in the right way. The possibility of the Aquarian energy being used negatively is also there, and as much as it can spread all kinds of wonderful influences and energies, it can spread negativity as well, because it is a sign of circulation and distribution. And so we have to make sure, all of us who work on the inner side, that we help humanity and the hierarchy in our own little way enter the age of Aquarius in the right manner. And to this end, you know, we support inwardly the triangles, the reappearance of the Christ. We help to rid the astral plane of the distorting glamours which mislead so many, and we work in every nation on invoking the higher qualities, the soul qualities of every nation, and especially it's our responsibility to think in terms of the soul qualities of our own nation, and then of course of humanity in general. And then, you know, to support the whole thing, it needs the tangible resources as well, obviously. So we work in that way as well, trying to evoke those resources. And your generosity along these lines is deeply appreciated. So thank you. Well, I think that we can, you know, to speak of the Christ is one thing, and to tune in with his energy is really quite another. And maybe some of us, all of us, have had the experience of occasionally being swept by the true Christ energy, and it really is an amazing thing. And we know we're only experiencing the slightest fragment of what it really is. So that's the kind of thing and that the Blue Rose Sisterhood is attempting to bring forward, a chalice for the reception and distribution of the Christ energy. And once we have experienced it, I don't think there's any going back, you know. So we want to help aspirants and disciples of the world experience it more deeply, and also, of course, bring humanity forward to that point where we're not just talking about dogma, we're talking about a real redeeming, saving energy which changes everything. Let's proceed now. We'll begin by breathing in white light. It's a purifying light. It's used whenever, in a treatise on white magic, when somehow fear is to be overcome, the white light is used. And we breathe it in. It's as if from a point above your head, which can symbolically or actually represent the influence of the higher mental plane and the presence of the angel of the presence. And we see our co-disciples in the light, in the light. And we focus for a moment on our own little network of triangles and its relationship to the larger global network of triangles, which is allowing soul energy into the personality and especially into the etheric body ever more fully. And through our own little network, even if it's simply one triangle, and through the entire network, it's the light of the soul and the goodwill which represents love, because goodwill is love in action. We imagine these flowing through the triangles network. And if there truly were goodwill towards all human beings, what a different experience we would all be having as part of humanity. What a different experience the entire planet would be passing through. So we achieve a positive and intended personality quietness. And we formulate clearly to ourselves the following questions, and the answers, of course. As a member of the new group of world servers, what is your specific fixed intention at this moment of dedicated contact with your soul? A second question: is my concentrated and expressed personality purpose in line with hierarchical intention as far as I am permitted to know it? Question 3. Have I, in my own personal daily life, earned the right, because of definite effort, and not so much because of success, to stand with those servers who are now undertaking the work of preparation. And this is the one time the Tibetan tells us that we think of ourselves during this meditation, and it's here because the method of personality, well, it's a focused attention of the personality, aligns our personality upon the mental plane. So, in the light of the soul, we get the sense of whether we are really participating in the right way with this, well, probably the most important planetary event which is in process at this time. And now we use the mantram which is so powerful and which has such implications for any student or practitioner of the ageless wisdom, if they truly commit to the meaning of this mantram. So the finish is, language is underneath if you are needing that. Forgetting the things which lie behind, I will strive towards my higher spiritual possibilities. I dedicate myself anew to the service of the Coming One, and will do all I can to prepare men's minds and hearts for that event. I have no other life intention. This is very much like the saying of St. Paul to press forward towards the high calling which is in Christ, and to forget, leave behind all other lesser things. And if that cannot be achieved, then nothing is worthwhile, he seems to be telling us. Now, we visualize the world situation as best we can, and in terms of our major world interest, and with what knowledge of world affairs we may possess. And we see the mass of men everywhere glowing with a dim light. And here and there, points of brighter light, where members of the new group of world servers and people of spiritual intention and of loving hearts are working for their fellow human beings. And then we visualize through the creative imagination the vivid light of the hierarchy streaming towards humanity and slowly merging with the light which is already in the mass of human beings and in the world servers, and so they will get brighter and brighter under the inflow of the light of hierarchy. Because that is what is needed, the brightening of the light of all human beings. And then we say the first stanza of the invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. And then we ponder on the reappearance of the Christ, that great imminent planetary event. And we realize that no matter by what name he may be called in the many world religions, he is still the same great identity. And we reflect and speculate upon the possible results of his reappearance. It is said that every eye shall see him, and through work such as ours, we want to promote the possibility that those who see him will also recognize him and will cooperate with him. There's a lot of work to be done, and first the hierarchy and its initiates, certain members, certain masters must appear in the 5 planetary centers and be well known for their wise counsel and sought after for their perspective on world events, and only then, when that relationship is established, can the Christ reappear. But he is ever watchful because he is anxious, we are told, to appear to his loved humanity. And when he comes, the kingdom of God will be publicly recognized and will no longer be a thing of dreams and of wishful thinking and of orthodox hope. And so, with that great event in mind, we say the second stanza of the great invocation. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. Now we endeavor to concentrate our fixed intention. Think of it, how to do it, to spread love and to serve in our surroundings. And we realize that insofar as we can do these things, we are attempting to blend our personal will with the divine will. What are the ways we could serve and spread love in our surroundings? And thinking of our personal will and the divine will, we say together the third stanza of the great invocation. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. And every week it's important that we lay practical plans along some line to help further the preparations for the coming of the Christ. Spreading the great invocation is one of the best. And every time we work in the service activities that the Tibetan has suggested, we are preparing. There are so many ways, but the objective is the same, that the hierarchy shall emerge and be recognized, and that on a great wave of expectation after the hierarchy prepares the way, and we with them, the Christ will reappear. And when and the manner we do not know, but it is an appearance that will last for centuries. So as members of the group Forerunner, or the group of Forerunners, we have a big responsibility in this regard. You will be up against the old thought forms and prejudices, both from believers in dogma and from those who believe in nothing along these lines. And yet, the preparatory work must be done. And so, we, responding to the vibration of the Christ, commit ourselves in His name. We have gathered in your name, Lord Maitreya, be with us. And let us also find our way, individually and in our groups, to be with Him. Now we sound the Om 3 times, dedicating the threefold personality to this work, this vital work of preparation. When we say, I have no other life intention, it's a big, big commitment. The ways and the means are many, but the life intention is there. So, friends, lots of events coming up. The Christ, we know, is not only a great Piscean figure, probably that's the strongest of all the second-ray signs in the last analysis, but he is the Prince of Peace, and when Libra, the sign of peace, waxes stronger at the time of the Libra full moon, which is impending on the 25th GMT, then the power of the Christ is also strongly present through the possibility of right human relations, Libra, peace, Libra, and there's so many places in the world today where right human relations must prevail, and it is a battle. So let us all do the best we can internally and externally when opportunity arises to elevate human consciousness into the true spiritual values. We thank you again for your presence in meditation and for your tangible offerings to promote the work. The Ask program is meant to develop the science of invocation. We're doing that, and it's going to be one of the major sciences of the New Age. Ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened to you. ASK, ask. Very simple, and we learn the new method of invocation followed by evocation. We prepare the way. We strengthen the etheric network of the planet. We gather through the Blue Rose Sisterhood the Christ energy in the chalice so that that consciousness may be born in millions. We study intensely so that we can truly represent the ageless wisdom. The Moria Federation offers you that opportunity. The University of Seven Rays has been going for quite a while now, and we teach people the new and coming sciences of the seven rays, esoteric astrology, and many, many more things which are reflecting the curriculum which Master DK has prepared for the new esoteric schools. At least we do what we can. Can't do it all, but we do some. We value the Tibetan highly. He trains us for discipleship and even for initiation. His is a great training ashram for many ray types. We offer our music at the time of the full moon especially, so that you can meditatively participate with music in the invoking of the available energies. And in general, we just thank you for your participation and hope that you will be with us this next week, as a lot of activities are coming up. The broadcast of the solstice on the morning of the 23rd GMT, the pre-full moon in Libra in the evening of the 23rd GMT, and early in the morning on the 25th, the broadcast of the actual exact full moon. Tuya will be doing that, and also the equinox broadcast she will be handling, and hopefully we'll get our music together, and as we usually do. Okay, lots of love and many blessings from both of us, and we'll be working with you. All the best.